Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel for my very first spooky speed build of the official fall season, and I have something very exciting to show you before we get into our speed build.
A few moments later.
Okay, we have some very spooky guests. This is our newest addition to the family. She looks kind of yoked. She's a banana. And then this one, she's a scary wagon. She looks pretty dope. Very fierce and ferocious. Scary. Ferocious. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into our speed build today. As you could probably tell by this thumbnail and the title of this build, as well as my super fun little spooky intro with my cutest little puppy dogs. By the way, I am still in the process of naming my new puppy. If you don't recognize her, she does not have a name quite yet. So if you'd like to drop a little suggestion, I would love to hear it. At this exact moment, the winners for her new name are Remy, after my favorite movie of all time, Ratatouille. Rue, because she jumps really high like a kangaroo. Boo, because she kind of looks like a ghost, but I don't feel like ghost is feminine enough. But also low-key ghost is on the list too. But I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. I'm open to anything. But this house comes together really quick. She's really, really, really cute in my personal opinion. It ends up being a 2-1. So a nice little house, and I'm building this in Copperdale, which is the world that came with high school years. As you can see, I'm adding a little extension because the house ended up being like just a little small for what I wanted. I wanted it to be a little bit bigger, but the color scheme I ended up using I think came together so beautifully. I used a lot of like warm, deep oranges and purple, browns, and I don't really use brown too much. I'm really happy with how it came out. Unfortunately, I did use a lot of packs, but listen, I built this house when I was like not having the most slay day of my life, and I just wanted to go crazy, and crazy I did. I had a great time building this house. I honestly built it a few weeks ago because I was just like in such a fall vibe. My mom sent me a spooky candle, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna build? Fuck yeah. That, and I also, part of the other inspo behind this is I bought the spooky stuff pack because I had never bought it before and it was on sale. So I was like, fuck it, we got pumpkins, we're going crazy. So I actually ended up leaving the landscaping in this build for once, and I know a lot of you who watch my videos and you see my speed builds, a lot of the time I end up cutting at least 90% of it out, if not all of it, for some of my larger builds. But I actually kept it in. I'm pretty simple when it comes to landscaping. I use a lot of like low-lying bushes and those carnation, those little white flowers you see right there. So nothing too completely crazy. But I like how lush and green it looks. I feel like it matched the world pretty well. I know some builders really work hard to make their landscaping match the world around them, but when I build it, I expect my houses to be like relatively playable, so it's, you know, it's cute. I did end up calling it House at the End of the Street, and like, this is gonna sound so weird, but I built this a few weeks ago, and I'm like reading the title of it, and I'm like, wow, that's like such a slay name. It's so cute, because where I put it, it's at the end of this like little area in Copperdale. You'll see it when we do our live tour at the very end. And of course, there's spooky pumpkins literally everywhere. I was really happy with how it came out because I just think it's darling. I know for a fact some of the biggest inspiration behind this house is like my favorite things, which of course, if you're familiar with my work, then you know I love, love, love these columns that come with Get Together because they're fabu and they make your houses just look so elevated and perfect. Then this fence from the backyard stuff pack, it's giving suburban dream house. I have never really seen houses like this. We don't have a lot of houses like this where I live, or where I'm originally from, especially. So I just love building like little suburban starters, suburban dream houses. This is not a starter home. I don't know how much this house costs. Again, I was not feeling slay, so I decided to do what I want. I put a really cute little outdoor space in the end, though, with like a patio and a grill. Of course, more pumpkins, because I could not be stopped with the amount of pumpkins I was putting in this house. Speaking of, this is really sad, but I had these beautiful glass and ceramic pumpkins that were pastel, like mint and blue and pink, for Halloween decorations. I bought them years ago. I bought them right after Halloween when they were on sale from like Marshalls or Home Goods, because that's like the best time to buy decor or wrapping paper or anything like that, is right after the holiday season, and then just keep it. And I can't find them, and I'm kind of devastated. This is me trying to figure out, I knew I wanted to use those cabinets, but I didn't know which color. I don't think I ended up keeping this color in the end. I'm not sure. And I like the little half wall I did so there's a more formal entryway, because this house is really boxy and very small, which I don't think is a problem, but it can make it hard to like break up and feel like one distinguished space. But I love open concept stuff. Obviously that doesn't always work as well in The Sims because it's The Sims and it can just end up looking a little silly. Ugh, that's the sofa I end up using, and I just love that deep plum color. Sometimes when I watch back my speed builds, I just sit here and I either ramble on and on and on about a gazillion things, or I like hype myself up a little too much. I'm like, wow, I'm actually so slay at building. And if you don't think that, that's totally fine. Don't tell me though. Don't tell me. I don't need to hear. I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling like a winner. It's my birth month officially. At the time you're watching this video, it's officially my birth month. I'm entering my Taylor Swift year in a couple of weeks, so I'm pretty excited. I'm not planning on doing anything. I'm working. I'm really excited to be working. All my regulars are going to come in, and hopefully I'm going to make a gazillion freaking dollars. But there's no issue. I mean, I'm sure I'll end up like going to dinner or something. I'm really bummed my mom can't make it into town because she's been working a whole lot. My mom's always worked a lot, but she's also now a professor. She's started teaching like a couple of second year classes with a clinical portion. It's pretty neat. I'm very proud of her because like my mom is actually teaching at the college that she attended, and so it's pretty like exciting. I am just obsessed with everything I did in this house. I really want to play in this house, and I've been on live and I've been playing the 100 baby challenge against my better judgment, and I kind of need a bigger house, so maybe I'll move into this house. It's not necessarily huge, but I'm also very poor. For those of you who have been watching my stuff, I've been a little brokey broke when it comes to that, just getting some decor in. I ended up doing something pretty cool with the shelving. About halfway through trying to decorate everything, I was like, I need some more color in here. I need to like see everything come together. So I ended up starting to paint the walls. There it is, that beautiful plum color, because with fall, I feel like you get a lot of like warm, deep browns and oranges and even yellows. And don't get me wrong, I love that. I live for it, especially because I don't typically kind of gravitate towards that color scheme. But I decided that the purple was really nice, and I have so many fun spooky builds coming for you guys. I have a witch's cottage that I'm so happy with. It was the first time I ever built on live. And I built this weeks ago, and it came out really cute. It was so fun to get everyone's ideas. I have a really cute werewolf house. I was basically going through all the occults. I don't play with a lot of occult sims, so I thought we'd kick off with like my style, which is this fun little suburban house. And literally right after I finish this voiceover, I'm going to go to Home Goods and Marshall's and get some new decorations because I told you I'm missing my pumpkins. They're gone. They're MIA. They're missing, and I'm very upset about it. So for me, typically, this room is definitely a little bit more on the feminine side and could be for a young adult or for a teen or a child. Typically when I'm doing a teenager's room, I use the double beds. Like that's how I signify like this is a teenager's room, but it just would not fit. But I definitely had a teenager in mind when I was building this. I imagine that she is very into art and all things like sketching and drawing, and she is just the apple of her parents' eye, being an only child. I love having storylines when I build. I actually want to start this new challenge on live where I just use like a random adjective generator that you can use for like storyboards or writing, and be like, okay, we're gonna build a house based on these like adjectives. Oh, and that burnt orange color. I just think the whole thing is giving very much fall vibes, but like subtly fall. Obviously the pumpkins all over the house, not subtle, but I feel like if you took away all the decor, it's still very much giving like autumn, fall, pumpkin spice, just perfection. And I'm really proud of how it came out. And again, this is already on the gallery at the time you're seeing this. I know a couple people in my live stream were actually telling me they played with it and that they had a lot of fun. And I was like, oh my god, that's actually so cool. If you guys ever download my stuff off the gallery, I urge you, like, comment, like, just say hi, because it, like, makes me so tickled. When I was a kid, I wanted to be gallery famous so bad. I don't know why, because it doesn't necessarily equate to anything, but I still do want to be gallery famous. I feel like it'd be really fun. As you can see, I was stacking some of those leaf things to make, like, table runners, and I thought that actually came out really cool. The kind of rustic-esque vibes of the entire house. I'm really happy with how it came out. And I can't wait to do a live tour. Now, as you can see, we're doing just a few finishing touches on the backyard. I just added like a table. I want to say some terrain paint, obviously, as you can see I'm doing here. I finish the garden terrain paint. And then I want to say I add in a couple more decorations because you gotta have spooky vibes all over. Like if I had a backyard, which I don't have a front yard either. I live in a townhouse. I would definitely be having all the spooky vibes. Oh, I put Patchy in here. I never use Patchy. It was fun to get to use some things I don't normally use, like the giant fucking scarecrow that comes to life in the middle of the night. But you can woohoo with them, which is pretty cool. More pumpkins everywhere, obviously. Good vibes. I like that there are multiple different pumpkins you can use. And then just adding some outdoor lighting. And with that being said, we are pretty much done with this build. But do not fret. We're going to jump into game to do an in-live tour right this second. Okay, team. So this is our finished and final product, also known as the house at the end of the street. As you can see, I had a sim come in and go ahead and decorate all the posts with the decoration box that comes from Seasons. But this house and this landscaping is honestly gorge. Gorge, gorge, gorge. I'm obsessed. Screeny. Alright, but we'll take a look. As you can see, there's tons of pumpkins. I love where this lot is placed. And then if you come on in, there's obviously this little fake dormer area. I probably could have made an upstairs of this house, but I just wasn't feeling it at the end of the day. But of course, here we go. You come in, you have this gorgeous little entryway. For whatever reason, you can't see the column that's here, but there's a column. I'm really happy with how the entryway came out, because a lot of the times when I'm trying to do open concept in The Sims 4, I feel like it just ends up feeling very, like, indistinguished, and there's no entryway. It's like you walk in, living room. Then, of course, you have the kitchen. I am obsessed with this little shelf unit that I did. Obviously, it's serving. This kitchen's really cute. I love that tile that came with high school years. Then, of course, we have this little dining room area, or living room area, which is so cute. A tiny dining table, but it's really all you need. This house does sleep 3 Sims. Then, of course, we have the teenage daughter's bedroom. She's very into art, very art decor. And, of course, the primary bedroom, which is giving very cozy, like, family vibes, in my opinion. And then, of course, the bathroom. Oh, I hit the M key. Idiot sandwich. This is where the lot is, right over here, for those of you who were wondering. But this is the bathroom. It's not great. Like, it's just, like, really simple. There's not a bathtub in here, but there's not a toddler sim. So if you were going to download this house and you wanted to have babies, you would probably need to switch that out. Then, of course, we have the backyard, which is just darling. You could probably put in, like, some more seating over here. But there's some planter boxes. There's more pumpkins, obviously. Lots of, like, really fun, cute orange vibes. And, of course, a little seating area, so if you did want to have like a hosted party or something, there's more room. But that is the entire house, and if you guys enjoyed this house, do not forget to like this video, comment down below if you end up playing in it, any suggestions for some more spooky builds you would like to see. As you can see, I'm matching my house today. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.